So here we are, Memorial Weekend. Roses are coming out. The peonies are in flower. Full flower. Really quite beautiful. And then the primroses. We're in June, and things are not only in flower, the roses in many cases have already started to fade. Letting all the native weeds, wildflowers grow. The up at the top, the catchfly, magenta catchfly, which is scattered all around. And then there's the larkspur, which just comes up wherever it chooses. And on this side, a cluster of coral-colored knockout roses with larkspur just growing up in between them. And then next to them, my end of the season $10 Home Depot clearance sale. I find these roses are just as beautiful as the David Austin. Another $10 clearance sale. You would not know these from David Austin roses, which are 3 times the price. On the other side, the ground roses, which do really well in between the rocks. And the larkspur. And the catchfly. And then around the pond, I'm letting things grow naturally. There'll be mountain mint soon. Now the St. John's wort is a plant. I planted that. But the asters, the wild asters, are just growing on their own, as is the yarrow. And this is a David Austin rose. I don't remember the name of it. Spiderwort really is invasive. This is just one. They're everywhere. I think I am going to have to pull some of those out. But there's my catchfly, and above that, the false indigo. Here's a view from above. Many birds, you can hear them. Then crossing to the east side, where there are more plants, it's much shadier here. Knockout roses at the entrance. And then the path goes through the shade under the catalpa tree. A little patio to the right. And these are David Austin roses. I think that $10 Home Depot were just as nice, if not nicer. And then there's the dry garden. And the hydrangea. And going through the upper path, past the catalpa, which is just coming into flower. Really beautiful tree. Grew here by itself. I did not plant it. Just sprang up. Native. And I've left it this way. You have to push the branches aside to walk this path. And then that takes you to the next section, where up here I've let the grass grow. This is a no-mow zone. And then down below, the Buddha pond. And digging out the terraces, I often come to boulders that cannot be moved. And this one I thought was rather interesting. I call this the knight's tomb. If you look at the stone, it looks like a knight in his helmet, in his tomb, holding his sword. Interesting. And this is the Buddha pond on the east side. He's facing the rising sun. And still working on this, setting stones back in place. And the last corner are the wildflowers, the Pennsylvania natives. And there's a verbascum up there. And there's this one right here, which is about to flower. This monstrous, monstrous, monstrous plant. But it is a self-seeded native, so it stays. And there's my little Abigail. I don't know where her little brother Max is. And that's the garden east and west. At Harford Hall.